Hello, I'm Danielle Teal, your moderator for Our Town, the show about Rochester with a brand new segment called Our Spotlight for KSMQ Public Television. We'd like to thank 125 Live for hosting. We absolutely adore them. Thank you so much for lining up our guests today around a topic that is incredibly important and very near and dear to my heart. The Visiting Angels and Home Instead join us, and our guests are going to introduce themselves. So Joe, why don't you go first and share who you are, what's your organization, and what do you do?
My name is Joe Sedelmeyer. Visiting Angels is our organization. We do home care. It's anywhere from just the light housekeeping, homemaking services, cooking meals, to also the personal care that might be needed in the home, such as bathing assistance, help with transfers. We might be up with somebody all night long just so the spouse can get some sleep. But also too, we just may be the 2-hour visit several times a week just to help out around the home.
And Karen, go ahead and share a little bit about yourself and your organization and what you do.
Yes, I'm Karen Hanson from Home Instead Senior Care, and we do a lot of the similar things that Visiting Angels does as well. One of the areas that we specialize in is working with the Alzheimer dementia patient.
Okay, and what is the age population for you both providing this care?
The majority of our people that we care for are 65 and older. We do have some of the younger population. They definitely have to be adults, but it might be a younger person who's maybe had an accident and they've had some mobility issues after that where they might need some help in the home until they get back on their feet again.
And we are the same, I think, for both of us. Also, in our area, we have a unique with Mayo Clinic where we'll get our clientele, some of our clientele base that are people that are coming into the clinic for visits as well and need extra assistance. But yeah, the same as Visiting Angels, kind of that clientele base.
Thank you both. And there are concerns with social isolation right now, excuse me, for this population. And it's a vulnerable one, 65 and up and perhaps underlying conditions. How has your team stepped up to provide help, especially in the midst of COVID?
It's always a holiday time where what we actually see is people are coming home. The adult children may be moved away, they come home. And that's actually a critical time where they do come home, because that might be the first time someone's gone into their home and saw that there might be need for help there. You know, their parents won't want to ask for help. It's not until they show up there and they see that. So what we're worried about is, you know, we're having less visits back home from the adult children who might be out of town. And so it is critical. You know, the people that we do get a lot of calls, and we're making sure that we're available. Our caregivers are out there and they're watching for these things too, to give that family a peace of mind that we're noticing things. And you know, at the same time, you have the weather changing too, which could be more critical type help that's needed then too.
Joe, are you having to staff more to meet the needs in the community because of this?
Yes, definitely. We've seen an increase. You know, you would think with what's going on this year that things might be slowing down, but I think during this time, people are seeing that they're not going to be able to go home and visit. They know the winter is coming. They know they need help, and they know that, you know, our agencies, both of us, we're taking all those proper precautions, and so we can get in there and help out and be the eyes and the hands of the family that's normally there to help out.
What about you, Karen? Same for you? Are you having to staff more to meet those needs as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, just with the shortages of the caregivers that are coming down with the COVID as well, and then, you know, having people to go above and beyond to help, you know, everybody's covering everybody to make sure that our clients can get their services that they're needing. And back to earlier with Joe, when he with the what the seniors are experiencing too, is I was doing a little research, and 2/3 of our aging adults are experiencing socialization right now. And 66% say their anxiety levels have increased due to the pandemic.
Oh, goodness.
So, yeah, so I think we're going to be dealing with a lot of that depression and, you know, in the future, I think we're just at the beginning of what we're going to experience with just people in general, not only seniors, but just people in general.
Yeah, that is a very valid point. So what are you two doing to protect yourself, your employees, and your the clients that you have when you go in?
Well, the first and foremost is to follow what the Minnesota Department of Health is recommending and CDC. Right away, it became it starts actually even in the office. We stop their in-person meetings, even if we're in the same building. Everybody has their own individual office. We meet through Zoom meetings. Half the office might be at home, working from home, so we don't have that crossover. But then also too, with all of our care team, there's continual Zoom meetings each week with them, just so they don't feel isolated. You know, we've had caregivers they enjoy that interaction of stopping in the office, but that had to stop. And so we do have those meetings with them on Zoom, face to face, you know, and it gives them a good feeling that they still have that connection. There is a backing for help, you know, if they needed any assistance or questions, that it's there. But also too, it's getting out there and seeing the families. The face masks are obviously the most important thing, the hand washing, sanitizing. We follow all those rules and regulations because it's not only protecting our care team, but also definitely the clients. We don't want to see anything spread.
Yeah.
It's a difficult thing when you think about it, because each person that works for us also has a family, which also goes out in the community. And so there's a lot of education too, that there's all these many connections that you might have somewhere along the line. And so
Yeah. It's like that 6 degrees, you know, of somebody is connected to someone, and then that just expands and expands. What about you, Karen? How are your teams in protecting the clients and themselves?
So we're the same. We have a minimal amount of people in the office. The rest that are able to work from home are working from home, to keep that, and doing a lot of Zoom meetings with them as well. And with our caregivers, if they do need to come in to drop things off at the office, they only can come just in the door, and there's a table there where they can leave things that they need to leave. The one obstacle, and we're able to overcome it, is going into the homes of seniors and they may be hard of hearing. You know, because the face mask you can't have on. Then we use the face shield so they can read your lips if they need to. So that's kind of a nice.
Great. That's nice to do that. Then they can see your smile.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just something we have to do, or there would be no communication being able to happen, and then we'd really have some issues going on.
So let's talk about the community and ways that they can help. I think this is something that's really important, especially for this population. It's a vulnerable population, like I mentioned, very near and dear to my heart. I was raised by my grandparents. So we need to take care of our older people. Karen, what are some needs that you're seeing in the community, and how can members step up and help too?
Sure. So currently we are doing with Home Instead, which we've done for the last 18 years, a program called Santa to a Senior. And so individuals, actually this year it's doing all online to be able to protect the individuals. So you can go to www.beasanatoasenior.com, and then you click on you put the Rochester zip code in, you click on a senior's name, and then it flips you over to Amazon. And then you go purchase the gifts, and then Amazon will directly ship them to the individual's homes.
That is so cool.
Yeah. It's not the way we normally do it, but it's the way we have to for safety this year. There also too is, if people forget, there is a tree in Dunn Brothers with those instructions on it as well, if they need to get those as well. So, and we have 444 names this year in the 5 counties that we provide service in. So it has definitely, we have not lost ground. Actually probably picked up more names this year because of the COVID going on.
Wow, that is incredible. What a great idea. And Joe, what are some needs that you're seeing that the community can help with?
A lot of it is, the people in your neighborhood. If you know that there's an older couple living there, or somebody by themselves, check on them. Notice whether, and I notice this with my neighbor too, I notice whether the garbage cans are out there on that day of the week, whether the mail flag is up there. And, a lot of times my wife will be checking on the neighbors too, whether they need a meal, or, especially when holidays come. But there's a lot of times where you know they're not going to be asking anybody for help. And if you just get out there and just give them a call, to find out how they're doing. And it might be, the actual meal is really important. If you're at least able to, of course, safety reasons, have your mask on, but meet with them, get to where you can actually look inside their home, bring a meal over to them. And now with the winter coming, watch the sidewalks and things for them.
Yeah, shovel those sidewalks and driveway. Get that snowblower out. We do that in this community. Help each other out. Some of us take turns for our older population too. That is phenomenal. I appreciate you two being on the show. You are doing a service that is incredibly important. I hope you stay well and healthy and safe. And I wish the same for your clients. Thank you so much for helping them. They are very important and matter. Thanks for tuning in to Our Town Spotlight. This is Danielle Teal, your moderator with KSMQ Public Television. A huge thanks to 125 Live for hosting, Cheryl for coordinating, and Sylvia for lining up our guests, and of course Annie. She's our producer. She's so amazing. You can catch up with us on Facebook or Twitter at KSMQ Our Town.